Good morning, everyone. Boy, our weather here is all over the place. 70s the day before yesterday, 60s yesterday. We got down to near freezing last night. We're starting off today in the mid-30s. Gonna be up to the 50s today though, and it's a beautiful day on the AT. I broke down camp early this morning, started hiking already. Because of the cold and the dampness, I decided to hold off on breakfast for the time being. The Paul C. Wolf shelter is only 4 miles down the trail, and I think I'll stop there and cook a breakfast this morning. I would have tried to have gone to that shelter last night, but additional 4 miles on top of 25 yesterday. My body just was not ready for a 29 mile day. But short day today. I think 8.6 miles into Waynesboro, where I'm going to resupply. Spend the night there at Stanimals 328 Hostel in Waynesboro. Had such a great experience at the location in Glasgow. I'm going to stay at the one in Waynesboro as well. And then tomorrow I will set back out onto the trail to enter the Shenandoah National Park. So looking forward to that. Don't know what we'll see today in terms of views, but as always, whatever it is I find, I'm all too happy to share. We'll see you down trail. Good morning, Appalachian Trail. Still great to see, even after only a short day of 8 miles or so, there's still a view to be had. This is the Paul C. Wolf shelter, everyone. This is where I'm going to stop for breakfast real quick and continue on with the day. So everybody, the walk is going very well, except for the one view. I don't know that we're going to have any others. So far they haven't presented any, but the woods are nice today. Spring is definitely in full bloom, and the leaves are quickly coming in, which is going to make views further and further between. Kind of disguises the terrain, landscape, hiking companion that I have pretty much every day. But I've got about 1.2 miles till I get to Rockfish Gap, and it's at that location that I'll call for my shuttle at Stanimals to take me into Waynesboro for my resupply. And I'm happy for this little bit longer resupply opportunity that I'm gonna have. I'm gonna get in before noon today, which is good because today I'll be finalizing my plan to resupply for the Shenandoah National Park. And so I thought I'd talk about that for a little bit. The Shenandoah National Park allows for some additional creative planning, if you will, in terms of your resupply. And that's because the Shenandoah National Park is a major tourist draw for vehicles, day hikers, and RV campers and such. And so, because it's such a tourist draw, they have certain amenities set up throughout the parks that backpackers can take advantage of. And these are waysides and campground stores. And so a wayside is essentially a food concession set up at various places in the park. They actually serve breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And you can either buy it to go and carry it with you, or you can eat it there on site. So the waysides create hot food opportunities that we typically don't get. And then there are a number of national park campgrounds that offer RV and tent camping that backpackers can stay at for a fee. And these campgrounds, some of them have a campground store that primarily caters to campground regulars such as RV campers, but they also have things for day hikers and things like that, and who are tent camping. So that's their primary clientele, but it does create opportunities for resupply as well for a backpacker. A backpacker can go into one of these stores, buy a day's worth of food, consume it on site, and throw it away at the campground. So waysides and campground stores create opportunities to eat or resupply during the hike. And so if you are creative, it may not be necessary to carry more than a day, day and a half, or 2 days of food with you, even though it may take 4 or 5 days to cross the Shenandoah National Park. And so I will be taking some additional time today to finalize my plan. I have a rough plan in mind on where I need to be and what type of mileage I want to complete. But I'm going to factor in, make sure I've appropriately factored in where each of the waysides and campground stores will be in relation to where I intend to sleep each evening, whether it be in a national park campground, like I had mentioned, where I can tent for a fee, or in a Shenandoah National Park hut. And a hut, and by definition, really is what we've seen as shelters up until now. They're just referred to as huts in the Shenandoah National Park. And so I'll stay at either a hut or at a national park campground, and knowing and understanding which waysides are around me each day and roughly at what time of day I will reach those facilities will allow me to carry less food with me on a day-to-day basis, which will in turn lighten my pack and allow me to maybe even increase a little bit of speed and get some good distance. So Shenandoah National Park allows for some creative planning, and I intend to take full advantage of that. Hopefully this was helpful for you, and I will share my plan, of course, in the coming days as I enter the Shenandoah National Park. There's a bit of a view through the trees in the Waynesboro Valley. Half a mile to go. Everybody, we are at Rockfish Gap. This is where I will call for my shuttle. The AT continues to the north. From there, I'll enter the Shenandoah National Park tomorrow. In the meantime, I'm headed to the information center.